Do you know something? It's great when you get about 5 minutes into recording a voiceover for a video, and then you realize that your mic is still muted, and you've got to go back to the start and do it all over again. But a lot of people have been asking me to play more battleships, and I've been giving it a go. A little bit on live stream, a little bit solo, a little bit in division. Mixing it up a bit, seeing if I can get a feel for some of these ships and working my way up and down the tiers, trying to find somewhere I'm a little bit comfortable. So I'm here in the Tier 5 Premium, the PE Friedrich. Not a ship I particularly like, but I thought I'd give it a go. And one of the things I forgot was that I had my Azulian Scharnhorst build set up, which I've been using to finish grind my Zeton. But those secondaries and the extra range that they've got are going to come in handy a little bit later, because this is indeed tricky business, because you never know what to expect when a game starts. You don't know how experienced or knowledgeable the players are on the team, and you don't know how the team are going to behave. It is always a roll of the dice, and it's not always going to come out in your favour. And certainly I had my work cut out for me in this one, partly because I felt that I needed to do so much to try and even bring this team towards a victory. And secondly, because at some points I perhaps overcommitted myself a little bit, and you'll see lots of me asking for support on the command wheel, because that's the one thing that I really didn't feel that I had whilst playing this game. Now, as in all good voiceovers that I do, I've got a cup of tea handy, so I may mute my mic to take a sip of my tea and keep the old vocal cords moistened. Is that, yeah, that's a word, isn't it? Moistened? But I know ladies don't like the word moist, because we'll say it again, moist. There we go. And a bit of ASMR for you saying the word moist. But I will get off that, shall we? We've got the Mackinson pushing down. We know that we've got the cruiser in the smokescreen on the cap, and yeah, our DDs aren't even contesting. They're sailing in and turning round and torpedoing and coming back, but they're going to kind of do a decent job of it, and I'm looking around for who I can get some shots on. And there's a primal out there, which is from a long way back, when they had the Kong and Godzilla, and I don't really know if my guns are going to do much against him. But there's that Mackinson out there. We've got 2 turrets left. We are going to take a shot. Do we have a look? There, nope, there's the Chum Fawn. He's in reverse. Let's get 2 guns on him, because the other 2 turrets are going to come up, and we've got those torpedoes spotted coming in from a mile off. And we don't do a lot because he changes direction, which is unfortunate. Looking at the Mackinson for 2 turrets there, but he's taken care of. Check our front, make sure we're not going to run into the island. And now we're going to get on the Chum Fawn. 2 turrets out. There's a destroyer. Oh dear. There's the primal. There's a Nagato. This is where I'm thinking, what do I do now? Because just off to my left, yep, there's an Andrea Doria, and I think is it a King George V? Yep, King George V. 4 battleships to my front, and I've got 2 destroyers to my right. That is 6 of 7 ships within range of me. And if you look across to where our starter cap is, there is a Hugo there. He finished 3rd. The guy was live streaming. I can't remember what his name was now. But yeah, they kind of hung about back there and didn't seem to really push very hard. And it seemed to be that the gravity was moving from our direction out towards this guys. And even though there's 2 destroyers out here, they're running away, and if anything, 4 battleships plus 2 destroyers would steamroller this flank and have this cap and really give them an easy advantage in this game. So I was kind of glad that Red Team decided to run, because I didn't know what they were running from. And now I've got the difficulty of trying to figure out what side of my ship do I put my guns on, because these turrets don't turn very quickly. And as I said, I'm running a secondary build, and I'll actually go in. I don't use this preset 5 that everybody's talking about, peak. If you're not using preset 5, you're not a pro. Well, I'm not a pro. Do you know what? I have my controls set up the way that I find useful. And will I switch to preset 5? Probably not. Will I give it a go? Maybe. Are the benefits? Probably. But hey, I'm happy with what I have at the moment. So just because somebody who is a CC or somebody who was a CC says something in a video doesn't mean it's necessarily true. The same way as I sometimes make mistakes in the things that I say in my videos. So if you do pick me up on a mistake, drop it in the comments and let me know. Correct me. So there we go. I check my secondary 6.8. That's not too bad. Primal's on 6.3. We know we've got the Andrea Doria there, who is now backing up, and I'm just going to have to give up too much skin here, because is this guy looking at me? Let's have a look, and there's the secondary zone. He's not looking at me. Full broadside. Watch this. Boom. 2 hits. Barely a tickle. What the hell was that about? My secondaries, I think, are going to do more damage than my main guns did, but he is now turning into me. And yeah, we've got nobody anywhere near to support me. The destroyer there that was started on our home cap is just zooming backwards and forwards across the front of the ships out there. Our cruiser is a million miles away. There's another battleship there tucked into an island behind me. I think he's putting fire onto the Nagato, and I'm surrounded. Yeah, so this is where I pushed and I got myself into a little bit of a bad position. There is an English term for it, and it's a sticky wicket, which has something to do with cricket. Yeah, that's like baseball, but we have sticks stuck in the ground that you have to knock over, not a guy to catch the ball. Well, there is a guy to catch the ball behind called a wicket keeper. But here we go. Let's get off the cricket. Here comes the Primal. He's going to absolutely blap me. Even though it tells me my turrets are clear, I pull the trigger and put half my shells into the island. That is not good. So now I'm trying to back up and use my secondaries on him. I get absolutely chunked again, losing a lot of health here. Big trade going on, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got 7 seconds there. Is he going to come and ram me? Probably. Looks like the KGV or one of the destroyers is off on my left side, and here we go. He's turning in. Let's try and knock a turret out and give ourselves half a chance. No, we take 6k again because those shells go nowhere. I'm not even going to try and get that last turret on, I don't think. I'm going to sail away, and there's the torpedoes. So started moving forward at just the right time there, and I'm sure that that Primal thought that he had me pinned, and if he didn't kill me, the torpedoes would. I'm like crying for help. I need support. Somebody please come and help me. I'm not even looking behind me, because it's like you know, when you're in a dream and you're running down a tunnel and you don't want to see the scary monster that's behind you, so you're not going to turn around. But there's the Andrea Doria, and he is looking straight at me as well. We've got a destroyer there. We've still got a cruiser all the way at the back of the map. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? Where are all of our team at? And I still have no idea. It looks like they're all across there, still on the right hand side, parked near our home cap, and just probably fluffed this shot, because boom, we get a citadel. We could have probably aimed a little bit more to the center of the ship, but we got secondaries on it. We've only got the 1 kill. We've picked up the high caliber. If I'm going to die, I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can. My secondaries are still firing, and there we go. The destroyer, even though he had torpedoes running, even though my secondaries were going, he used his main guns with those lovely Italian sap shells to finish it off. So do I feel like I've had a kill stolen from me? Well, I'd rather he be dead than me take any more damage, because I didn't really have a lot to go with there. But I've had to hit my heel, and if you've noticed from the start screen, I still had will to rebuild on, and so the whole point of me calling for assistance is like, you know, somebody can potentially keep me alive a little bit here by coming in towards me. There's torpedoes from my flank, so our destroyer is running away from a destroyer. It's like I'm shaking my head at this point and thinking, mate, what on earth is going on? What are you doing? And he gets himself killed. I'm like, oh dear. But we take care of the destroyer. We'll do his job, and then, you know, the nightmare that you don't want to see when you've got 8,500 hit points left is a full health Fubuki behind you, because that is 9 torpedoes probably every minute, and well, not even every minute and a half. You're not going to survive this, Tony. You're dead. You're dead in the water. It's just a matter of time. And I'm on mic here, just saying, look, please, somebody come and, you know, flipping well help me. Somebody come and support me. And I'm getting like affirmatives, but I'm getting affirmatives from the people who are furthest away on the damn map that have been sat there just trading shots across the map with something, while I've been out here brawling my backside off. Very much the focus of attention, and yeah, it hasn't been pleasant, but I'm going to lose sight of that Fubuki before I get my guns round. But that's a good thing, because it means that if he fires his torpedoes, I know where they're likely to be going, left and right of that island. So I'm going to hit the brakes here, and what I'm hoping to do is to let some of the rest of Blue Team catch up with me while I sit in this cap. And there we go, I'm spotted again. So he's obviously pulled forward. And what do I do here? We've nearly got the cap. I'm still in reverse. I'm trying to hold it. The cruiser has finally made it to the front of the map, and there's the Fubuki. He's going out. I'm going to pop a shot. Always going to pop a shot. And what do we get off him there? There you go. We pick up a Confederate. You know, absolutely chunked him. He didn't like that. The destroyer and the cruiser on him. I don't think he should have survived that one. Not necessarily from my shots, but from those two ships. They should have had him dead in the water. I don't know what our destroyer was doing. He should have been on guns the whole time, not waiting for this guy to smoke up and then fire torpedoes through. That should have been guns, 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 guns. Fubuki dead, game over. Instead, we've now got to see if we're going to survive the next 3 minutes. And yeah, it just gets painful. So how do I rate the Friedrich as a tier 5? It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. As far as premiums go, I put it on the lower end. But here I got myself into a bit of a brawl. Didn't do too badly, but I found that the long range damage of the guns, or even that close range shot against the primal, maybe I was just aiming in the wrong spot. But to give a battleship a full broadside and literally scratch his paint, that should have been a lot more, I think. But we'll have to practice a bit further. Now, I did finish as MVP with 2635 base XP and a new personal damage record, but I actually clipped the video to trim it before I took the screenshots. But that was played on live stream by the guy in the Huger. So if you go back and watch his live stream from this morning, you'll actually see that one on his live stream. So I'm not, you know, bullshipping you about it. So there's a bit of me playing battleships. There'll be a few more. Stick around and click a link. Until next time, take care and goodbye.